cracking, comrades, Moors, African people out there today. Coming at you today on this beautiful Tuesday. I'm going to drop this real quick video. Just take a good look at this right here. Yeah, Heru versus S.E.L.F. Book by Mu'ata Ashby. Called The War of Heru and S.E.L.F. The epic struggle of good and evil and the secrets to attaining victory over your lower self. So that's what this video was about. This video was about your higher and lower self. African spirituality. Make this real quick brief. I want to drop this quote by the great Baba, scholar teacher, Kaba Kamenye. He said, it went something like this. It was like, he said something about science is seen spirituality, and spirituality is unseen science. And I think that quote right there basically sums up the truth on our reality in our spiritual realm. The higher in your lower self. What is the higher in your lower self? The higher in your lower self is that positive side of you and that negative side of you. The Heru versus S.E.L.F. story. Let me start off with that. The Heru versus S.E.L.F. story is the oldest story on earth as far as good versus evil, or good versus bad, or positive energy versus negative energy. This story was written by the Africans of Kemet, and it was depicting Heru, who's this Christ, because the word Christ comes from Egypt, and it means anointed one. An anointed one is nothing but a person who reaches his higher conscious and his higher spiritual side, his spiritual self. And Heru came back to revenge his father, Osiris, Asar. We prefer to use the word Asar, because that's his African name. Heru and Asar is their African name. Horus and Osiris for the people who know it in that, in that way. He came back to revenge his father's death, because his Asar's older brother S.E.L.F, aka Sutek, killed Asar and chopped his body up in several pieces and put him in a coffin and tossed him in the Nile River. What I want to say is that our people who are not aware of these stories and why these stories were created. The story of Heru versus S.E.L.F. is basically a story, a metaphoric story, because every story, I don't care whether it's religious rhetoric or religious literature, every story is detailing a deeper message within what the story is telling you. And that deeper message and deeper story is a scientific, spiritual meaning behind it, pertaining to self, the supreme energy life force. Heru versus S.E.L.F, good versus bad, good versus evil. What these stories are telling you, and what that story in particular is telling you about your higher and lower self, your higher brain and your lower brain. So you have a higher brain, you have a lower brain. You have a high energy and you have a lower energy. These are the dualities. See, in the universal principles, it's this principle called duality. Duality meaning there's doubles, like twins. So it's like you can't, when you have something, you can't get that something without having something that's opposite of that something. That's what duality is. For people who know what duality is, it's basically opposite, like the yin and the yang of the, the Buddhists and all them spiritual systems, the yin and the yang, from the Chinese and all those people, Japanese, who believe in the yin and the yang. It's nothing but duality. It's the opposite. Like a male. A male has an opposite. Who is the male opposite? It's the female. The masculine energy and the feminine energy are opposite of each other, but they're one. Let's get that straight. Higher and lower self is one within you. So all these stories over the years that you hear in religious, Abrahamic religions or whatever, any type of story dealing with that type of consciousness awareness, that story is 9 out of 10 is talking about your higher and lower self. And the stories are telling you what you have to do to reach your higher self and to keep that lower self suppressed. And what is the higher self? Your higher side is your God side, your Godhead, your righteous self, your good self, that positive energy that we all can reach. We all can reach this level. It's your highest consciousness and your highest spiritual level that you can reach. You can reach this level. That's what a Christ is. That's what a Buddhist is. These are nothing but titles. So I really want to try to get our people out of that. Alright, let me explain it like this. Alright, the people that you hear in these religious stories, whether it's from the Biblos, aka Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Book of the Dead, the Pyramid Text, all these literatures, the Orishas, Yoruba, the Netarus, the Kemet, like all these stories that you hear and read daily, these are not actual people. These are people put in a, how can I say it, anthropomorphic form. They're transformed into a form, into a story to tell you where it's really God is in a disguised, metaphoric way. It's a story telling you the truth of spiritual, scientific truths on what you are and what you have to do in order to reach your higher self. And even deeper than that, these stories are connected to the cosmos, cosmology, astrology, astronomy. Actual theology is the foundation behind these stories and all these books, because all these stories came from the stars, from observing stars, observing the cosmos, observing the universe, observing nature. That's where these stories derive from. What these great people did in ancient times, before the Europeans got their hand on it, because all they did was repeat what these great people did before them. The Africans took these findings and observations of the cosmos, nature, and what the Creator presented to them, and put it into a story. You see what I'm saying? To tell a story on the truth of yourself, your spirituality, your nature, and the truth about the cosmos, where they got these stories from. You see what I'm saying? This is where people get it twisted at. People actually think these people are real people. They are not real people. They are metaphoric, anthropomorphic metaphors for a deeper terminology on what the story is trying to explain to you. Dealing with your higher and lower self. Jesus Christ, Buddha, Muhammad, Krishna, all these deities, these so-called prophets and deities, are nothing but metaphoric phrases describing the higher consciousness, the higher spiritual realm and also what's going on in the physical realm, dealing with the cosmos in the universe. That's all it is, man. It's telling you a story on the truth. Because, first of all, science means nothing but, see, people blow science out of proportion. Like, a lot of people think science goes against their religious beliefs. But science doesn't go against your religious beliefs, because science is what you call God. Science is what you call the creator. Science is what you call spirituality. Here we go again. It's duality. They go hand in hand. It's the same thing. So don't be afraid of science, because science is doing nothing for giving you the truth. That's all science, well, it's giving you the facts dealing with what we can comprehend in the physical realm, because it's still parts of the mind that you cannot comprehend in the physical realm and is not meant to be known, like death. This is what we got to understand about death. We all going to make that trip. We all going to take that transitional trip into that other realm that we don't know nothing about. We got some kind of ideas. We got theories. That's what theology coming at. We got theories and all these type of, ideologies and all these type of things about death. But the fact is, and I'm giving you nothing but the fact and the truth, no person on the planet Earth has died and came back and told you what's going to happen after you die. Nobody. No Jesus Christ came back. No Muhammad came back. None of these people came back, because they're not real. As soon as you comprehend that, you will get the freedom of your mind state and take back yourself, man. Because a lot of these people are walking around here thinking people are coming back to save you. They're coming back, to give you the truth, what's going to happen. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen when you transition into the spiritual realm to be with the ancestors out there. Nobody has came back and told you that. So let's cut that out, man. Stop trying to see into something you don't know nothing about. Because when we were created, it was that one element in that one part of your mind that wasn't fully evolved to the point to tell you everything and to know everything. There are things like the word almond. Some of the people use the word almond in church, and they think it's what the Europeans say what it means. Almond, and it's nothing but the unseen aspect of creation. That's what almond means. So when you say almond, you're doing nothing but saying in salutations to the ancient Kemetic Neteru almond. He is the symbolism of the creation that's unseen. It's that unseen knowledge. It's the unseen reality that we're not going to see until we transition. You see what I'm saying? Ray or Ra is the seen aspect and manifestation of creation. It's the sustainer of life on earth. So when you see all these Egyptian Kemetic stories, and you hear all these Europeans and all these anti-Egyptian people, anti-African people talking about, they praise a lot of gods, they praise a lot of... No, they didn't. They didn't do nothing of the sort. The Kemetic deities and the Kemetic goddesses and goddess, where their real names are Netters and Neteru, these are nothing but metaphoric, anthropomorphic, in human form symbolism detailing the truth behind nature, the cosmos, and yourself, man. That's what these stories are telling you, man. Like, let me break down the negative side. What's the negative energy of the duality of your lower self? The lower self is the lower side of your brain. It's the side of you that wants. It's the battle within you to struggle to reach that higher self, man. This is where the devil concept comes from. See, the Europeans don't want to tell you that these preachers and churches, these religions, mainly the Judeo-Christianity religion, the Hebrew religion, All those type of religions right there. And these preachers and these so-called biblical scholars and these Torah scholars, they don't want to tell you that, man. It's not the negative. They got this double concept and all this negative, bad, evil from scientific truth. It's the lower side of your brain. See, let me explain this. When we're born, when we all born, when we all come into being, when we all come into creation out that cosmic womb, out that cosmic mother, the black woman, and once we're out that womb and we're breathing, we're in life, and we're starting to grow, and your mind is starting to grow, there's two sides of you automatically when you come out that womb. And that's your higher side and your lower side. Your higher consciousness and your lower consciousness. Your higher self and your lower self. Your life is continuous battle between higher and lower self in your mind and in your spirit that's within you. Because the creator and the creature together as one is inside of you. The masculine and feminine is inside of you. The good and bad side of you is inside of you. And it's a constant life battle to save yourself. That's it, man. To walk in a righteous, to reach that point in your life where you reach your righteous self and destroy your unrighteous self. And to keep that righteous self suppressed for as long as you live on this rest of this planet Earth. That's what these messages are in these literatures, man. In these stories that we get from Africa, from Kemet, and the stories we get from Yoruba and Yoruba and West Africa with the Orishas, the Ife, and all of these stories, man. All these stories are nothing but telling you about yourself. Supreme energy, life force. Like I told this girl the other day on Facebook. Or it might have been my comrade I told her on Facebook. I told her, I said, think about this, man. People are so caught up in this Jesus Christ and this Christ and all this madness. And they're not even realizing the true meaning behind the story, man. You are a spiritual car, spirit having a human experience, man. And what is that? You are part of the creation and the creatress, man. You are a special human being when you reach your higher self. You were sent for a reason. You came out of that universal womb for a reason, man. You were sent. He sent you, whatever that creator source, I like to call it the source, because everything has an origin, everything has a source. It's sort of like, I always use this analogy, it's sort of like electricity, man. It's sort of like the energy source. It's like, when you know, how is this lamp going to work? How is this light bulb going to work? You gotta stick the plug in the socket. What is the socket? The socket is the source. But that lamp and that plug don't really know what that source is. It's just receiving electricity to live, to breathe, to work. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the source only sent you, man. You, me, her, him. It sent you, the masculine and the feminine, because the universe is nothing but the masculine and feminine energy is one cosmic source, man. While you're in the physical realm, you are your creator and your destroyer. You are your worst enemy. You can be your worst enemy when you're in your lower conscious mindset, in your lower self. This is where the Europeans get the devil from. The devil is not real. Hell is not real. It's a mythological story, man. When you live in a lower conscious thinking, lower self, when you thinking like that, you are at your worst level in the physical realm. So you're that negative energy in you, when you living through that negative energy, you're gonna do bad things, You're gonna give out bad energy. You're gonna do all this dehumanizing stuff that you see going on Earth that humans are capable of doing because they are destroyers. You can be a destroyer, and you can go out and kill, rob, steal. All you stuff you seeing out here on Earth is coming from that negative energy from within. The stuff these people are doing is their destroyer side, their lower side. And most of them don't even realize it because we all are trying to grow and reach that righteous side. So some of the stuff they doing, yeah, some of them know what they're doing, some of them don't know what they're doing because they are so, their mentality is so, they're using so much of their lower side of their brain and their lower side of their self. That's all they know and how to react and how to live. You see what I'm saying? Like, check out people like the Dalai Lama and all these type of people who use their higher side, their higher consciousness. They're not out here killing. They're not out here shooting. They're not robbing nobody. And I finally had to sit down and really comprehend that and realize that and understand that, man. Like, you are your creator and your destroyer while you're on Earth. You can have your heaven, you can have your hell right here on Earth, man. Because it doesn't make sense for you to be sent here, and then when you leave, you're going somewhere like a hell and burn forever and all this crazy madness, man. I don't even like to talk about that because, like I said, we go back to honor. It's aspects and unknown things of the creator and the creatress as one that is not meant to comprehend in the physical form. So I don't even like to talk about that side. There's no need to even discuss it because me or you are not going to know until we transition into the spiritual realm and go back to our ancestors, man, and go back to the universe where we came from, because we are universal beings, man. We came from that universe. When we came through that cosmic womb, we came through a portal. And when we transition and die, we're going back through that portal. And whatever happens after that, that's what's going to happen. Because we don't know. And stop trying to figure it out and stop trying. Just live, man. Live to your highest, positive, capable being, man. That's what life is about. Cut it out, man. The Jesus story is nothing but a story telling you that you can get to this highest conscious level, this highest spiritual level, and reach your higher self, man, and to save yourself. That's all the Jesus story is, man. Stop blowing it out of proportion, man. That's all the Muhammad story is. That's all the Krishna story is. That's all the Baby Hey Woo story is. That's all the story is when you're dealing with the Orishas. And let me clear this up. Yoruba, the Orishas, and the Netarus, the Kemet are all connected, man. They're the same energy transformed and put into story in different forms, man, but they all talking about the same thing, man. And what are those forces? Those forces are nature. See, we are nature too, man. We're nature and we're part of the universe, man. So these stories are telling you to observe nature and observe and respect nature in the universe. And if you do that with positive intent, they will work for you. And you will receive everything positive that nature and the universe gives back to you and gives to you. That's all our ancestors were doing, man. That's why black people, African people, New African people, we are natural nature people, man. For Europeans, we are, I like to look at it like Dr. Marimba Ani said. Urugu. It's in the doggone stories too. You know, we all got dualities, man, and I feel like Europeans are our duality. You know what I'm saying? They're the opposite of us, man. So it's like the way they came into this world and creation and being, like they're missing something, man. That's all. But I'm not going to sit here and act like that they can't be righteous neither, because it's in them too. Like, they were sent for a reason too. Are they beasts and so forth? I mean, I leave that up to you, man. You seen their actions, you know what I'm saying? They are whatever you perceive them to be, man. You know what I'm saying? But they can reach that level too. You know? They can reach their higher self. It's just they got more of a lower self and a lower side working for them. Because they was missing something when they came into being. You see what I'm saying? That's where their beastly nature come from. See, we have a beastly nature and a positive nature too. You know what I'm saying? So let's cut it out, man. We all got a good side and a bad side. That's what these stories are. This is what spirituality is. See, when you go back, African people, we need to get back into African indigenous cultures and spirituality, man. Because the truth is right there for us, man. Because we're spiritual, righteous, natured people, original. Because we're the original man and the original woman on planet Earth, man. So it's like, our life is a constant battle to reach our higher self and our lower self. And how do we get there? We get there by observing nature, observing the universe, accepting knowledge, dissecting knowledge, reading books, reading, righteous information that will help you get to that level, doing righteous things to help you get to that higher self and keep you in that higher atmosphere and realm while you in the physical being. Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's based on what it is. Knowledge. While you're and evolve, not devolve. Keep evolving daily. And you're gonna live a righteous life, man. And just when it's time for you to transition, it's gonna happen, man. Like that. It's gonna happen. And whatever you see, that's what you're gonna see when you leave this earth, man. Stop trying to predict what you're gonna see before it's time, man. Live your life righteously to the fullest to keep that non-righteous side suppressed, man. And I'm gonna sign this video off right here. This video was about your higher self and lower self and the confusion from religion and how you confuse from knowing this true information and this scientific information that you should know. So we can stop sitting here, wondering what is what when you got the truth right there, man. It's within you. You know what I'm saying? As above, so below. As within, so without. So it's like, come on, man. Our ancient ancestors left us the answers and the keys, man. Like the Ankh is the key. Light. What is the Ankh? Light. Masculine. Feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? One as one. You can't get one without the other, man. So all you religions are still pumping that, suppressing the woman, the black woman, and suppressing the woman, man. You ain't gonna get nowhere like that, man. Because it's about balance. Matriarchy. Ma'at. Man. Woman. Masculine. Feminine. Side by side. Dialectics. It's how we operate, man. That's how New Africans operate. Can't get one without the other. We all Netarus. We all Orishas. We all God. We all goddesses. Because it's right there in your Biblos, aka Bible. Ye are all God. Go look in your Biblos since you want to go read something. It says plain as day, you are all God. You see what I'm saying? Go look it up. And what you was created as, in the image of who? Okay. You know what I mean? I'm going to sign off right there and go get this book. The Heru versus Set, the oldest story on planet Earth about your higher and lower self. The ongoing battle while you're in the physical realm. The ongoing battle with your mind state, your lower brain and your higher brain battle, man. Get that third eye open, man, and comprehend this information, man, because it's right there, man. It's right there within you. You can pull it out anytime just by studying struggle. I'm going to sign off right here. Haki kweli Shakur. Cedar Carlos A. Cook. Nature of Orisha Oshi, and the militant mind state of Self Moses III, and the reincarnation of Gabriel Prophet, man. Signing off right here, man. Salute. Let's get free.